a great man of peace, Ogbonnaya Onu. Rest in peace.
I think Ogbonnaya Onu has left footprints in the sands of time. Secondly, to remind Nigerians and all my colleagues to recall the words of Ogbonnaya Onu at the last outing at the convention of the All Progressive Congress, where he asked the very great question, where is the justice?
His role in forming that party, APC, was commendable. He was the leader of the AMP group and was series of meetings with him. And as a gentleman, whenever he stood out to speak, people listened attentively.
He not only preached the gospel of internal democracy in political parties that has eluded some parties to the extent of instituting the culture of internal democracy in the all Nigerian People's Party.
It's not about wealth, it's not about fat bank accounts, but about a life of integrity, a life of patriotism, a life of service to your nation, and a life of sacrifice.
Every attribute, every encomium we have placed, rightly so, on this man was largely because he was also a man that was cosmopolitan. He had the best education from the best university in a different part of the country.
May the soul of Ogbonnaya Onu rest in peace. Amen. Just like Abaribe said, his last words was, where is the justice? And this was said during the APC primary on the national television. He cried and asked Nigerians, where is the justice? And many of you may not know why he's asking that question. When the military wanted to hand over power in 1999, it was said that Ogbonnaya Onu would have become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But he decided to bury his political ambition just so that the Southwest can produce the presidency to pacify the ghost of the June 12th, the 1996 Abiola demise. So that was the reason why he stepped down and decided to support the Southwest presidency. And Ogbonnaya Onu was instrumental in forming the APC. He was the one that wrote the proposal for the merger that produced the APC. After President Muhammadu Buhari was done with his regime, the most sensible thing to do was to give it to the Southeast, and Ogbonnaya Onu was in line for that. But then the power mongers, the power brokers took over the party, the structure of the party, and then Ogbonnaya Onu was not able to get the ticket. That was why he cried on the day of the primary, where is the justice? But then let me give you a little brief about this man that everybody is talking about, that the Senate is honoring. The Senate is saying good things about him, and I don't really take their words for anything, because if they were half as good as who Ogbonnaya Onu is, as a patriotic man he is, then this country would have been a better place for every one of us to live in. Let's look at Ogbonnaya Onu, who he is. Onu was born on 1st December 1951 at Amata, Uboro, Ohaza local government area of then Eastern Region, later Imo State, then Abia State, and now the Ebonyi State. He was the first civilian governor of Abia State between January 1992 and November 1993. Onu had the shortest reign as a civilian governor in Abia. His reign was less than 2 years before the then military dictator General Sani Abacha overthrew the civilian administration. He was the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of Nigeria from November 2015 until his resignation in 2022. He was the longest serving minister of the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. Onu contested in the APC presidential primary in 2002 and scored 1 vote. Ogbonnaya was a 1976 first-class graduate of chemical engineering from the University of Lagos, UNILAG. He obtained a PhD in chemical engineering in 1980 from the University of California. Onu was a lecturer in the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Port Harcourt and later became the pioneer head of the department. Ogbonnaya also served as the acting dean of the Faculty of Engineering and was also elected as a member of the governing councils of the university. In 1999, he was a presidential flag bearer for the All People's Party, but relinquished the position to Olufale after a merger of his party with the Alliance for Democracy, and who lost to Olusegun Obasanjo of the PDP. You can see how he sacrificed his political ambition just because he wanted a southwesterner man to become the president. That was the reason why the 1999 election was keenly contested between two southwestern persons, Olufale and Olusegun Obasanjo, both from the Yoruba region. Everything was made possible because of Ogbonnaya sacrificing his political ambition just because the Yorubas could produce the president. And then you look at what is happening today in Nigeria. The same Yorubas are the ones that are fighting the Igbos from producing their own president. Onu was a national party chairman of the All Nigerian People's Party in 2010. In 2013, he and his party ANPP successfully merged with the Action Congress of Nigeria (ACN), Congress for Progressive Change (CPC), Democratic People's Party (DPP), and some members of the All Progressive Grand Alliance (APGA) to form the All Progressive Congress (APC). The late Chief Ogbonnaya is one of Nigeria's most distinguished, decent, and disciplined political figures in history. He's been an influential figure in the Nigerian politics for over 4 decades, a senator in the Second Republic, a governor in the Third Republic, and a presidential candidate, party chairman, and minister in the Fourth Republic. He is a rare-breed politician who lives an unstained, untainted, and unblemished like his white apparel. He was a man who lived and served his country with decorum and impactful anonymity. He was a true patriot whose nationalist credentials can be faulted by any section of the country. Onu was an unnoticed and unappreciated gentleman and a national leader. In wars and in deeds, he lived above politics of rancor and controversy. His known residence in Asokoro remains the one rented for him by his party, the ANPP, when he was elected as chairman. He remained there throughout his tenure as minister. It's quite unfortunate that the Nigerian political terrain does not reward those that are upright, those that are untainted. It rewards those without integrity, those with controversy, scandals, corruption. For instance, former governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Baguda, was the bagman of Abacha who helped him to launder money. You have heard how Femi Gbajabiamila was indicted in the US for fraud. How about Bola Ahmed Tinubu drug case in the US and certificate forgery? Atiku Baguda came back to Nigeria and became the governor of Kebbi State, and now is the current minister of budget and planning. Femi Gbajabiamila became the speaker of the House of Representatives, and now is the chief of staff to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is now the president. This is the kind of people that Nigerian political terrain reward. People like Ogbonnaya, who live a life of uprightness without corruption and scandal, are relegated to the background. And then many people come and they wonder why the country is not moving forward. Why will the country move forward when the people that are leading the affairs of the country are people with corruption scandals, people that have not built wealth for themselves, people that are without uprightness, without integrity? How do you expect someone without integrity to manage a nation's resources? Just like PLO Lumumba would say, Africans elect thief and expect them to perform like saints. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.